one of my favorite tools for roughing these pieces out is this bit from Kutzall. I don't know what it's called offhand. We can link it. But this is a great tool for roughing out concave or voids within a piece. So you can really get into a piece and carve it out. It takes a lot of material off and it leaves the material relatively clean. The way this thing works is it just goes on any grinder. I use it on my battery powered Makita grinders. Super simple, twists on, inexpensive tool. This is the blade here, if you can see that, and it's gonna rotate, right? So when you're doing something like an eye socket like this, you're just gonna be, little circular motions, taking a little bit of material off at a time. You can put a fair amount of pressure on it too. You can, we could just basically drill a straight hole with this thing if you wanted to. Kind of a must-have piece for carving, in my opinion, are these Kutzall discs. This one's pretty beat up and old. I've had it for years, but this just, basically powders whatever material comes off. So you're gonna get a lot of dust, wear a face mask. That's gonna give a finish a little bit more like that. So it's not too rough, but it takes a lot of material off in a quick amount of time. Nice smooth passes to get contours. And you can get these in a variety of different shapes. Some are more flat, some are more rounded, convex. So if you're getting into carving, these are great tools for it. Also different diameters. I have a very large one that I use on my 6-inch. Also super dangerous. So it's, something you gotta watch your knuckles on. All right, another tool that I like to use a lot are these pneumatic die grinders. And you can use a pneumatic die grinder or you can use an electric die grinder, whatever works for you, whatever kind of power you have. If you have an air compressor with air in your shop, these work great. I'll use bits like this one, and this is from a company called Sabertooth, and it's essentially the same thing that we were talking about before with the abrasive discs or the tooth discs, but just in smaller versions. And there's little arbors you can get for these for an attachment for a die grinder like this. And these are extremely valuable tools for any kind of carving. I use them in metal and in wood. And these ends and these tips just make virtually anything possible in terms of carving. So as we get smaller on the piece, we're gonna go with smaller and smaller tips. This is a little tooth tip that would go in your die grinder. I use pneumatic a lot of the time. I'll also use an electric die grinder. Again, as you get smaller, you're just gonna get into smaller and smaller areas. These can come in all kinds of shapes and sizes, also different grits.